When my East Asian wife came home shaking after her boss cornered her, I didn't call HR. I went undercover to expose the monster
My
Beaumont
wife
said was
June
untouchable.
drove home with her hands clamped so tight on the steering wheel her knuckles were bone white. The words her boss, Stephen Breener, whispered in her ear kept replaying. They were low, deliberate, and designed to make her question what she'd just heard. He'd cornered her in a supply closet, leaned in close, and spoken filth disguised as authority, then twisted his words into a simple work instruction, leaving her shaken and alone. When she told me what happened, I didn't explode. I just listened. But inside, something cold and dangerous started to uncoil. June and I are simple people. Small town, work hard, mind our own business. Her new job at Premier Logistics was a lifeline after the pandemic cost her the last one. We were barely keeping up with bills and my mom's medical expenses. But the excitement of her new job quickly faded. Breener's stares, his smug comments, the way he hovered too close. It all escalated until he started retaliating. He switched her to night shifts, sabotaged her work, and made it clear he could make her disappear. Reporting him was impossible. His uncle owned the whole company. HR answered directly to the family. In our town, the Breeners weren't just rich. They were the kind of powerful that made problems vanish. But not this time. I made a plan, risky, desperate, but necessary. I took a leave from my construction job, changed my appearance, used my mom's maiden name, and got hired at the same massive meat processing plant under a fake identity. The work was brutal. Freezing cold, endless hours, but I wasn't there for the job. I was there to expose a predator. It didn't take long for the stories to start spilling out. Women transferred to night shifts for refusing his advances, employees who vanished from schedules overnight. A silence enforced by pure fear. I wrote everything down. Every name, every date, every whispered warning. I carefully built trust and gathered a small group of women who had all suffered at Breener's hands. 7 of them agreed to meet us at a cafe miles out of town. What they brought was staggering. Emails, manipulated performance reviews, even a flash drive from a former HR employee full of buried complaints. Proof that this had been going on for years, systematically ignored. With their permission, I sent everything statements, documents, recordings to the Workers' Union, the Labor Board, and OSHA. For days, silence, it gnawed at us. Then one morning, OSHA inspectors walked into the warehouse. Panic erupted. Manager scrambled, and Breener, he turned pale, then furious. He made the mistake of trying to intimidate me, pulling me aside and threatening me. He had no idea who I really was. The inspections triggered a total collapse. Consultants arrived. Breener vanished. His uncle, the owner, held an all-staff meeting announcing a full investigation. That was my moment. I walked into corporate headquarters as Mike Connor, June's husband, and laid out every piece of evidence. A union lawyer joined me, outlining the legal nightmare they were facing. For the first time, Henry Breener looked terrified. Within 48 hours, Stephen Breener was fired. June was promoted. We thought it was over, but predators don't let go easily. Weeks later, June found all 4 of her tires slashed. A note read, "First warning, security footage caught Stephen lurking nearby." His own uncle was horrified and called the police himself. The final confrontation happened in a Home Depot parking lot. He cornered me, drunk and ranting about how we ruined his life. It wasn't just talk. Police later found a list of names, mine, June's, and the other women's, along with our addresses. He even showed up at the company headquarters with a loaded gun, but security tackled him before he could get inside. This time, nobody protected him. His own family testified against him. He pleaded guilty and was slapped with probation, mandatory treatment, and a restraining order that basically erased him from our town. In the years since, the company has transformed. Real policies, real safeguards. June now leads her department. People feel safe. And we're expecting our first child. A daughter we'll name Lily, after one of the first women who bravely shared her story. The other night, Jean and I were sitting on our porch. She squeezed my hand and said, "Breener always claimed he was untouchable. But in the end, it just took a repair guy and a logistics clerk to bring him down." I raised my glass. "To justice," I said. "However long it takes, thanks for listening to our story." If you found it inspiring, please like and subscribe for more.